It's the Music of the Spheres! There you go, that's my impression of the best line from the Music of the Spheres.
Wow, who was that an impression of?
Reggie? Welcome everybody! Doctor Who Review, I'm Chris.
I'm not crazy.
And here's just a quick video about the 2008 minisode. Music of the Spheres, but specifically just a chance for us to wax lyrical about the Proms, really. The Doctor Who Proms.
Doctor Who Proms.
And Doctor Who Live in the modern era in general, really.
Do you know why they were called the Proms?
Go on.
I don't know why, I'm asking you.
Great. Great work. Good content. Good, wholesome content. I think is this some of your resin, or has this come out of the DVD case?
I don't know.
There you go. A treat for you.
Resin.
Lovely. We are here, by the way. Hi. All right, hi. But yeah, so in 2008, the first Doctor Who Proms happened as part of the BBC Proms. And it was a lovely treat. Big old concert. What's wonderful about the Proms, because they've been... bless you many times. There have been 3 Doctor Who Proms as of this recording. There was the 2008 one. There was the 2010 Proms. And then there was the 2013 50th anniversary concerts. And what's wonderful about them is they use Doctor Who as an excuse to not get to the topic because the dog's licking my wife's face. They use Doctor Who as an excuse to introduce kids to live and live classical music.
Thanks, man.
Because the versions you guys see on BBC iPlayer or the DVDs or the Blu-ray releases contain the Doctor Who music.
Yeah.
But each of these concerts, less so the 50th anniversary one. At each of these concerts, the soundtrack is a mix of Doctor Who stuff composed by Murray Gold and some stuff from the classic series, and is also like classical suites of different pieces that are just really cool to hear performed live. Mm-hmm. But when they get cut down, they tend to miss out all the classical stuff and they focus just on the Doctor Who stuff. Mm-hmm. Including some very unique pieces. One thing that's really cool about these events was that monsters would appear. Yeah. There'd be monsters at the events. Like in the 2008 one, in the 2008 one, Davros just rocks up, and before the Dalek sort of suite is played, Davros and a Dalek take the Royal Albert Hall hostage, and the music of destruction is played out. It's Julian Bleach and Nicholas Briggs reprising their roles.
But isn't there just Davros and one Dalek?
That's all you need. That one Dalek can kill everybody.
Paint gun.
Oh God. My vision is not impaired.
Oh my God.
Oh bugger. And I accidentally hit the cellist. She's blind!
Oh
no! So
you're gonna burn!
You're gonna burn, cellist! At the 2010 Proms, which I went to 2 performances of it, actually. The 2010 Proms. The vampires from Vampires of Venice crept out into the standing room. You had Silurians popping up at one point, invading the place. Smilers, like there was a bunch of monsters took part. You also, of course, get the thing where you have guest presenters for these Proms. So the 2010 ones had like then current companions, Karen Gillan and Arthur Darvill like presented a segment of it. Matt Smith presented a segment, I think, for one of the days. For the 2008 one, it was mostly hosted by Freema Agyeman, but there were guest appearances from other people who had been leads in the show at that point.
How long do they usually last for?
About 2 hours max.
No. Is it on for like a week?
Oh, the Doctor Who Prom is either one day or a couple days.
Right.
Because it's part of the Prom catalogue as it is, so it's only on for... Everything only gets like maybe a maximum of 2 performances, so they can fit as many different types of events in over the course of the period.
Yeah.
But this is the main draw for audiences of all ages.
Yeah.
And mostly because like they have the star power and the Meet the Monsters factor to it all. The 50th anniversary one was a lot of fun because a lot of actors showed up and a lot of the people that were in it were in character. We rewatched it just before this, the Doctor and Clara segment from the 50th anniversary Prom, where the Doctor and Clara are aware that there is a prom to celebrate the Doctor going on at the Royal Albert Hall, so they get a special ticket that will basically because there's no tickets left, so there's no way for them to go and watch it.
No, there bloody wasn't.
So the bloody wasn't, because we were there and we were up in the bloody rafters, sweating our tits off.
Oh, it's so unfortunate that I can't really remember much of it.
We went and met up with lots of lovely people, and we had a great time, and we had a lovely drink afterwards to cool off in the bar outside, and it was like, this is really, really nice. But my God, it was hot up there.
Lovely guy Lambo and
right in the middle of bloody summer.
Crystal and
it was a lovely, lovely time, but it was really hot, and we didn't dress formal either. We were in shorts and casual t-shirts and stuff. Yeah,
thank God I was, because
I was in shorts and t-shirts.
It gets very hot up there, and there are no seats, so you have to stand up.
Which I was fine with, because when I'd been before, for the 2 times I'd been before the 2010 one, it was in the standing pit at the bottom. That's where I'd been, so I was like, I'm ready to do this. Why not? Then again, I've also got football games and stuff, and the Northwest Counties division. A lot of it is you stand up, either because it's standing room only, or everyone just stands up during the game. So you sort of jump around and stay warm and everything.
Jump around?
Yeah, everyone has a laugh. Sometimes football matches could be a genuinely really lovely place to be, and other times it's the Premier League. So, yeah, it was. That was great. But yeah, so the Doctor and Clara have got a ticket that he's bought that basically when they scratch it off, they'll teleport into the Albert Hall and replace 2 people that are there.
Yeah.
Specifically, they'll be deleted, and Clara's proper going, what does that mean? He's like, oh, don't worry about it.
The Doctor's just so casual.
They just reappear outside. It's Matt Smith's Doctor in full Willy Wonka mode by this point, because it's just they'll appear outside and they get this list of ridiculously comical prizes. But they'll also appear naked.
$1 billion.
And one of the things they'll win is a pardon for that one time they appeared naked in public, which of course is it's a very Moffat pun. Put it that way. That whoever it is going to appear naked, and that's fine. Controversial statement. That's probably my favourite Clara adventure. I've got to be fair. We've got. The whole point of this marathon is if it's stuff that we've already watched, we're rediscovering it. So,
could you imagine if we got to the end of this marathon and I was like, "Oh, Martha, not Martha."
No, you love Martha now.
I do. Oh, Clara's my favourite companion.
I'd be very surprised. And be filing for divorce first thing in the morning.
Take me out and shoot me like Old Yeller.
Yes, because Old Yeller's favourite companion was Clara Oswald as well. So,
and have you seen Old Yeller about? No. That's what.
Oh God.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ. Oh, we can have a what was the point of that companion off by the end of our marathon? It'll be amazing. In the blue corner, it's Clara, Oswin, Osgood, Osbad, Oswald, and in the red corner, it's Ryan. You can do it, son, Sinclair. Fight.
I genuinely don't know who'd win. Nobody.
One would either...
Especially the audience.
One would outsmart the other and one would bore the other. It would be great. Anyway, the point is... We're being harsh and unfair, because technically we're breaking the rules of our marathon. So, but it's a cute little scene, and it's an excuse for Matt Smith and Jenna Coleman to appear in character in the orchestra pit and everything. It's a fun little skit, fun little bit. It's cute. There's one more people appearing in character memory, which I'm going to save for the end of this, because I want to see if you remember it. But
okay.
The thing we're going to talk about, focus on mostly right now, is 2008's Music of the Spheres, which is a special short episode which was presented at the time at the Albert Hall during the prom as here's an exclusive mini episode for the proms.
Yeah.
So it wasn't presented as, let's all get involved. That bit is a genuine surprise to the audience when that happens. We bump into the Doctor writing a composition. He's composing a little symphony called Ode to the Universe, because he's sort of landed in a point, the TARDIS is suspended at a point at the centre of a solar system where he's channeling the sounds of the planets moving around, the music of the spheres. He can hear it all moving around. And he's suddenly accosted by a Grask who shows up really briefly in the TARDIS once the defence is down.
A Grask that didn't ask.
What's nice about this is, unless people played the Red Button game, to a lot of kids, this is that alien that's in the Sarah Jane Adventures. Do you know what I mean? And it's also continuing the Grask's tradition of not being a focal alien in Doctor Who. It's in, spin-offs. and side media. But yeah, Jimmy V reprises his role as a Grask, and the Grask is basically like, "I've come here to warn you." The Doctor's like, "What?" It's like, "There's something coming," and then a wormhole opens up, like a hole in time, which when the Doctor peers through it, he realises he's talking to the Albert Hall during the Proms. Pantomime.
The Albert Proms.
Yeah, pantomime ensues. Literally, he does a pantomime call and response thing.
It sounded like you said a pantomime in shoes.
A pantomime in shoes, as opposed to pantomime in slippers. He throws out his composition into the audience for the orchestra to play, which was a really fun visual effect because David Tennant, down the barrel, just turning on the charisma like crazy for this as well. Like, it's been proper charming. Throws the papers at the screen, and in the room, like they cascade down from the main screen, and the conductor and everybody grabs pages, and they all faux put it onto the music stands, because obviously they've got it already on their music stand, but it's really cute. So the whole orchestra are getting involved. But before he plays out, he realises the Grask has disappeared. And not only that, they've stolen his water pistol. Because pantomime. So the Grask makes like Sooty and appears on stage and shoots a water pistol at everybody in the front few meters of the standing room.
In the splash zone.
Yeah. And they sort of eventually managed to banish him and pull him back into the TARDIS, and then the Doctor realises the Grask just wanted passage to Earth so it could cause chaos anyway, so he sends him back to where he came from. Steal people's sweets, make smells. And then they play the music of the Spheres, the Ode to the Universe, which is just this short, chaotic, weird little sort of like 30-second long sound. And it's just this fun kind of idea, the idea of like, oh, here's a Gallifreyan composition. Like, why not? And it's cute, and everyone plays it, and then the Doctor leaves with a rousing Saturday morning cartoon message that is genuinely well written and delivered very sincerely by David, about how like music isn't anything special without you, the person listening to it, the people writing it, the people composing it and enjoying it and discussing it. Like, it isn't anything without you. It's just a nice little positive message, and then off he pops, and it's as simple as that. I love it when they do stuff like this. Like, little event stuff like this, like charity specials and whatnot, it's always really sweet, because the one we watched back just now wasn't like the one I'd seen before, but during that speech, it cuts to the kids watching in the audience.
Aww.
And they are completely enraptured by it.
Mesmerised.
They're just like, okay, Doctor, I'll be the best me I can be, they, fam, etc. And it's really, really, really sweet. I love stuff like that, and you can tell that Russell loves writing stuff like that, and David loves performing stuff like that, and Euros Lynn loved directing stuff like that, and it's like,
well, the thing
this
is
just adorable.
It's very obvious that they both love the subject that they're writing and performing.
Yeah,
because it comes across in their performances. I mean, that speech at the end is really lovely, but it's the way that David says it. Because his voice gets lower and his eyebrows rise.
Yeah.
Not that I stare at his face a lot.
It's fine.
But yeah, it's really sincere. And it makes a massive difference.
It's not the only sort of live Doctor Who experiences that happened over these years. There was, of course, 2010's Doctor Who Live.
Yeah.
Which we will talk more about in a future video, sometime after we finish watching Series 5, where we're going to talk about the Doctor Who experience and the storyline of the Doctor Who experience, both of them, and Doctor Who Live. We're going to have a bit of a chat about the Matt Smith era of live events and stuff when we get to that. But that was a fun one to go to as well, wasn't it, at Wembley Arena? That was really fun.
We nearly missed it, didn't we?
Oh god, the traffic.
Because all the tubes had gone off.
The tubes! But I'll leave you on this. Let us know down below if you have any fond memories, if you saw any of the Proms live, if you watched the BBC broadcasts of them. Which one was your favourite? If you were there, which monster did you get harassed by temporarily? Do you remember the one during the 2010 Proms where there's a bit where everything's going to explode, and the Doctor gets this kid to like hold the wire in their teeth, and it's Matt Smith like performing alongside a kid from the audience, a volunteer, and it's the sweetest thing in the world, and it's so cute.
For some reason, I thought you were going to say, and the kid was Matt Smith.
The kid was Matt Smith. And, no, but like, it's really, there's a bit in the 2010 one where like he's the Doctor, and it's the sweetest scene. It's so cute.
The one that we went to, what was it? 2013. 2013,
the 50th anniversary one. Because there was a mix of modern companions and classic companions presenting the different segments. Yeah. And it's like Carol Ann Ford like hosting one of the segments. It's like, Susan! Yay! Yeah, it was really sweet. Sorry, go on. Yeah.
There was an Ice Warrior, wasn't there?
Yes. Our chum Ross Mullen played it.
And it was in a block of ice, wasn't it? But
in the central bit, yeah.
Jelly thing.
And it cracks open.
Yeah. It was very cool.
There's loads of cool stuff like that. But before we go, I just wanted to ask you if you remember the brilliant Neve McIntosh and Dan Starkey reprised their roles at the 2013 one.
Oh, as
Madame Vastra and Strax.
And Strax, yeah.
I was always a bit like, there's Jenny. But, sure. And it was really sweet, and it was really lovely, and they're in character, and they're obviously having an absolute ball doing it. And hearing these pieces performed live, like hearing Valche Diem performed live at the 2010 and 2013 concerts, the original Ninth Doctor's theme revamped for the 10th Doctor's finale, the with the vocals. The guy who sings it, oh my god, it's beautiful, isn't it? Like his voice it's like a goddamn angel. It's so sweet. All of that is incredible. Angel. All of that is incredible. And at the 2013 one, Madame Vastra and Strax led into a vocal performance, which again, the male vocalist and the young lady who was the other vocalist for it did an incredible job. And it's a beautiful piece of music on its own. Problem is, the episode it's from isn't everybody's favourite. Do you remember when they announced that it was a piece from The Rings of Akaten? And up to this point, every companion had been mentioned, every Doctor. There's that beautiful bit in Valchidian where they show like a montage of every Doctor.
Yeah. And
the house erupts into applause throughout the whole thing and gets a tiny bit louder for Tom and David because they're obviously like, they're the ones who've broken out of into the zeitgeist. But like, everyone gets this massive respectful love-filled applause and salute.
Yeah.
And every person who presented a segment did. And every mention of every story did. And every mention of a character or the suite that was going to be played did. And then they mentioned the Rings of Akaten, and I've never heard like 20,000 plus people pity clap in my life before.
And there was a bit of a... Oh.
Yeah. Do you remember?
I do.
Oh my god. Now after the piece was finished...
We all started laughing.
After the piece was finished, the house came down because it's a stunning piece of music and performed live.
And that little girl...
Oh my lord,
bless her heart. But
it was just like,
it's just a really shit episode.
Okay, hey, we might rethink it. Who knows?
But right now,
I need to go and put this memory killer in because I've got a live stream coming up soon. Anyway, we'll see you again soon for the next Doctor. It's not Tim Allen.
That wasn't pre-planned. That sound.
That's creepy in a way.
So in sync. Bye.